What's up, YouTube? This is JP Panther back on the video, and today's video is actually another Star Wars box office news update video. And also I'm going to talk about Bad Boys, some other box office stuff as well. But the Star Wars one is the main one I really want to talk about because that's the main popular one that everyone's talking about. So that's like the whole big thing. Again, I will link the article in the description box down below so you guys can check it out. So this comes from Forbes, your boy Scott Mendelson. It says, Rise of Skywalker turns Star Wars into a $6 billion wash, which I don't understand what that means. The Rise of Skywalker will only make it past $500 million domestically because of its competition either move to 2020 or crumble. And the Star Wars series is now, in terms of creating excitement and interest, back to square one even after 5 movies and $5.9 billion in global grosses. Lucasfilm and Walt Disney Star Wars Rise of Skywalker has earned $491 million domestically. That's after an $8.3 million, 45% drop during its 5th weekend gross, meaning it'll probably earn around $10.4 million for the Friday-Monday holiday, and tomorrow with a $494.5 million after 32 days in theaters. It'll end its run between Beauty and the Beast, $504 million domestically, and Rogue One, a Star Wars story, is around $529 million in 2016-2017, with meddling reviews and buzzing audiences and stuff like that. Also says, okay, Rise of Skywalker domestically and global comes to $1.025 billion and could have been much worse. And Warner Bros. Wonder Woman, okay, blah blah blah. Okay, I'm trying to read the most for stuff. Okay, The Rise of Skywalker had much of its pre-release competition hitch a ride to its first half of 2020. The big films that opened before it, concerningly, and after we will debate whether it's clearly successful with Little Woman and Uncut Gems and blah blah blah. Almost all disappointed or outright flop. Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker actually faced less competition than The Last Jedi, with a friendlier release schedule, and yet here we are. And it says Rise of Skywalker's biggest competition was Frozen 2, which passed $1.4 billion worldwide. I didn't know Frozen 2 made all that money. That's crazy. I didn't know it was still in theaters. I didn't even know about that. So Frozen 2 had a much stronger box office hold than Rise of Skywalker, and blah blah blah, all this other stuff. I mean, he just keeps going on and on and on. And it just talks about, if it wasn't for Christmas, it wouldn't have done as well. And okay, I just want to give you my quick thoughts about it, because Scott is running his mouth. Again, here's the thing, right? In my personal opinion, I told you guys this before, it's not a financial disaster, but it's a financial disappointment. I kind of already went over this over and over and over. It's not, it just shows you that the Star Wars brand is not as strong, is not as powerful as before. And I do think that, a lot of stuff, it just shows you that Disney really took a franchise and messed it up. Now, again, with Star Wars, it's going to make less. I think I read about is that it's going to make 100 million or 150 less than The Last Jedi, which is pretty disappointing, because if you spent like 600 or 700 million, whatever, you should at least double and triple your money. And what I read is that because Joker already made 1 billion, I think 69 million already, whatever, and Rise of Skywalker is not even going to be Joker's worldwide box office. So that shows you that they messed up, and it shows you that they have to rebuild and go back from square one. And again, that's just what it is. And it is a financial disappointment, because even though it's $1 billion, it's not what they expected. And even if it makes profits, like, oh well, it still made profit. It's a Star Wars movie. It shouldn't be profitable. It should do way more. It should be doing big gangbuster numbers, not just, oh, we broke even, or we just on the line and things like that. We're just in the realm of breaking even or just hitting profit. So it shows you that they shot themselves in the foot. And I do feel like they're going to have to really take their time with the Star Wars brand and not just pump out a movie every year. And also, I don't want Star Wars to be like another Marvel, you feel me? I want Star Wars to be Star Wars. I want it to be its own separate entity. Not use the exact Marvel formula like, do the whole, the typical Marvel formula and put it in Star Wars. I want it to stand out. I want Star Wars and Marvel to be different. I don't want it to be exactly the same. You know what I mean? I don't want it to be another Marvel. You feel me? I want it to be its own thing. And to me, that's how they have treated Star Wars. They treat it like another Marvel. They literally put out a movie every year. You know what I mean? They rushed it. They treat this like fast food. You feel me? We got to put it out, put it out, put it out. And really, the fan bases are too different, and the energies and the lore and stuff like that, they're just completely different, and different type of fan bases and stuff like that. So I do hope that Disney gets their crap together, because a lot of stuff they're doing right now, like, oh, well, if you want to know what happens to Palpatine, you got to buy this book. And the fan base is like, F all that. So we're like, screw you, Disney, because we're not going to buy... all this crap you're talking about should be in a movie, but they're like, no, if you want to know what happens and how Palpatine gets brought back, you have to buy this book to understand what happens. The fan base is like, F all that. Now, I'm curious of how Clone Wars is going to do, because the Disney Plus, I think Clone Wars comes out like next month on Disney Plus. So I'm curious of how they're gonna try to market Clone Wars, because the hardcore fans, they're done, because we know Anakin. They keep on telling you that Anakin's the chosen one, but we all know that Rey's the chosen one. So the normies are not gonna go watch a Star Wars cartoon TV show, and the hardcore fans are like, F all that. And a lot of them are out because of Mandalorian. You feel me? So I don't know what they're gonna do with Clone Wars, and I'm really curious what they're gonna do Star Wars related wise before the 2022 movie comes out. I'm really curious of how the success of these Disney Plus Star Wars franchise, or these Star Wars merchandise, or Star Wars like cartoons and TV shows and the Disney Plus shows and stuff like that. I'm really curious how successful they will be after the Rise of Skywalker. So that's pretty much it for that. I kind of also want to talk to you, since we're on the box office discussion, whatever. I do want to talk about Bad Boys a little bit, and talk a little bit about some of the box office, a little bit. So Star Wars already took care of that. And again, I'm on Box Office Mojo, so you guys can check out the box office website if you really want to. So this comes from this week. Bad Boys for Life, it made $68 million domestically and $38 million internationally, and it made $106 million worldwide, which is pretty good. It's like a $90 million budget. They put in January. I'm happy that it's making money, it's hitting profit, and I'm happy that we actually get good movies like this. And I enjoyed the movie. I really liked it. I thought it was really, really good. I did my whole review, so you guys can check it out. But I'm happy that the movie is doing better than what they expected, because Sony expected to flop, and now it's doing way better than what they expected. So I'm happy. And the thing is, I read about is that they're gonna do a fourth Bad Boys and stuff like that. Doolittle is flopping. It only made like $30 million domestic and $27 internationally, 57 worldwide. Again, I saw Dr. Doolittle. I don't hate the movie. I thought it was a C. I thought it was below average. I feel like they try to dumb it down for their audience. So I feel like with Dr. Doolittle, they dumbed it down so it would appeal to the overseas market, or just appeal to kids and people in general. So I can see how this movie is flopping and it's not doing that well. And it shows that Robert Downey is eventually going to come back and do... I feel like eventually Robert Downey will probably come back and play Iron Man one day, because if his movie's flopping like this, that's how you know he's going to come back to eventually play Iron Man. And then Jumanji, this is Jumanji. It made $273 domestically. It made $438 million internationally, and it made $711 worldwide. It's like, hey, pretty good. It is what it is. Jumanji, I enjoyed it for what it was. Not the greatest movie ever, but hey, it is what it is. Frozen, of course, it made $1.4 billion. That's a lot of money. No crap. Knives Out made It made $146 million domestically, $131 internationally, and $277 worldwide. So Knives Out is making more money than what they expected, and it has other movies and stuff like that, But overall, I just talked about the most important stuff that we cared about, or at least that's important to this channel. So again, that's pretty much the that's pretty much my review of the box office thing. And I just gave you my Star Wars news update video, so you guys already know. So again, that's pretty much it, guys. Tell me what you guys think about the box office numbers. Tell me what you guys think about Star Wars. Let me know in the comment section below. Rate and like the video and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Peace and have a great day and take care.